BS Discover. How you doing? I know it's been a minute. I got a subject for you today. I got a subject that you just can't run away from. Stay close and listen. Now, what would keep people from getting married? Well, many would say it's personal reasons, social, economic reasons that people just likely think that, they want to get married. It's not like in the past where it was the thing to get married. Now, these are some common reasons. And I just wanted to make sure I really, really get this subject out because I truly believe in marriage. A lot of people may not, but let me give you my opinion. First of all, quick disclaimer, this is not a therapeutic channel. I am not a therapist. But yet I share my experiences with you where you begin to understand and take these experiences, utilize them, and even interact with some of the things that you're learning today. So come on. So first I begin to think about the economic and financial pressure. I mean, for myself, I will tell you one thing. I'm one of those, I desire financial independence first. I have to have myself together. I just can't see myself getting into a relationship and, trying to build. I have to have it together. So that could be a reason for most folks of why, which is a personal reason. The other thing is the high cost of living, the housing, the wedding, when you elope, the honeymoon, that period. All that is a financial burden on some people. It affects them in our economy and in our financial pressures. Most people got student loans. They got houses that they even had themselves before they got into a relationship, or a car they may want to pay off. All that financial pressure. It makes you think, don't it? But I just want you to sit back and think about it because you may want to get married. And there are ways to work upon these issues that each and every one of us think about or carry on our shoulders that we don't seem to get past it. And the next thing is social change, the social normal things. It's normal for some people, you know what I'm saying? It's just like trying to cross a bridge. You're trying to get to the other side, but socially, it's like a bridge. Everybody try to cross to the other side. But socially, how does it affect us? What is the social norm? If I'm on a bridge, they close down the bridge, or the bridge is flooded. How do we cope with that? If there's a flood, how do I cope with the social norms of marriage if it's just like this? If it's just that way? Marriage is no longer viewed as a requirement for adulthood. Remember when you were young, you was like, man, I can't wait to meet the person to get married and just leave home. It's not a requirement. People are leaving home on their own. And no longer is the acceptance of long-term relationships a no-go. People are willing to be in long-term relationships without marriage. Less stigma around cohabitation or having children outside of marriage. People will have children outside of marriage. It's not the same anymore. Like you want to get married, then you want to have children. All that has changed. But it doesn't mean you have to change. You have to know what would keep people from getting married today. So I'm spending this time and I want you to think. And as you think, I want you to enjoy the scenery because it's all about peace. If you don't have peace within yourself, then you will not understand what it takes for a person to develop and understand and pay attention to why he or she thinks no one wants to marry them, they will never get married, or marriage should never happen. Sometimes people go without their own culture because the habits that the culture has maintained over the years have changed. No longer the same culture getting married. So there's all kinds of avenues you may start to look towards if you want to get married. Some cultures are still believing in marriage as a choice, and some cultures just don't see it. So especially subculture. Subculture is like people who are reluctant to get married compared to people who do. It's like, as I said, that bridge again. If there's a flood, there's change. You also have the desire for personal freedom. People desire to be free because when you get married, everybody look at you like you have to be under your partner. You can't do this. You got to go by rules. But because of today's tradition of why people don't want to get married, they actually adopted a tradition. It's because they desire to be focused on a career, travel, self-development first. Also concerned about losing your independence in your lifestyle, flexibility. She used to go out with the girls, he used to go out with the guys. When some people get married, they don't want them to go out. They want to stay together. That's okay. It depends on how you want to do things. You know, some people would meet a friend who's married and enjoy themselves, or some people still have their single friends, and they still have their single guy friends. Some may be mixed, marrying single, marrying mixed, but there's a boundary, there's a respect, but only the mature individuals can understand that. And that comes within making sure your lifestyle is not lost in the fact that I'm married, but I don't have to be lost. I don't have to give up. That's when you develop trust, but a lot of people don't have that. And the preference for casual, traditional relationship structures than the traditional divorce, and people worry about that, They rather have a casual relationship than a non-traditional relationship structures, you know what I'm saying? Because things that change is not the same anymore. Our traditions are changing. The way people perceive things to be has changed because of our lifestyles that we live. The other is fear of divorce. I know many of you have been down there who's looking at this right now. The fear of divorce. Divorce, many have grew up seeing failed marriages, so they don't want to be married. My mama failed, my daddy failed. Their second time around, I had to go through my mama, my daddy, then I had to go through the step people. It's just too overwhelming for some people. Like they haven't learned. Some people been married 3, 4, 5 times, They keep the cycle going. And so people are fearing that because of the divorce rate. Divorce can be emotional and financially difficult. It costs money to get divorced. They're afraid of people taking half of what they have when they're in marriage. They're afraid to develop more because the partner may just don't want to be with them, but take what they have. These are fear that people actually go through because of what they've seen with their own eyes or what they heard or through studies. It's a strong factor that marriage isn't the way it used to be or be considered the way it used to be. Some find long-term relationships appealing and legal documentation ones intimidating. So you got people getting prenup agreements and stuff like that before they get married. We're going to have to sign this agreement that you're not going to take half or whatever agreement they want to have. I'm going to take this and you're going to take that, or you keep yours, I keep mine. Those are the many choices. I mean, I've done a lot of research on this, and I've been trying to come to you with the proper information. Even though this is not a therapeutic channel, this is a channel that I myself been through experience and I've learned. And when you've learned and you experience things, you try to give your experience to others and let them lock it in and take it in. Let's bring other information that can be a benefit. Now, some be shifting priorities and expectations. You know what that is. You know, people marry later to assure capability and stability in their lives. That they're capable and they have the stability to be married. Shifting priorities. I don't want to get married now, let me get married later. Type of situation. You know, and this, a lot of people seem to, let me get rid of this phone call. A lot of people seem to take it and not understand what it means when they're in a relationship. Some people just, I want to be capable, you know, to get married and a stability. Well, I'm married, things going to be okay, I'm stable. But that's how some divorces, because you're not stable, because the other person may not want to be in a relationship any longer. And you just feel like you want to be in it, so you're putting more into it. Shifting priorities quickly in a marriage and expecting others to do the things that they don't do, and then all of a sudden your feelings begin to change. Higher standards for emotional and connection, communication, and shared values. You know what I'm saying? People, you know, they standards, I want you to do it like this because their mama and daddy did it like that. Or their friends tell them they need to do it like this, rather than you're working it out and learning together and going out there and seeking the resources that are out there to help you instill a straight, beneficial marriage. You know, the other one, the partner who aligns with the career or life goals, not to have I'm just married a person just to be married. You know what I'm saying? They want their partner to have something going on with themselves. To either be working at a job, what are your focus, what are you trying to do in life, rather just to, oh, I'm just going to get married to who I want to get married to, that's it. No longer is that considered in life. People are actually looking for the shift in priorities and expectations. There's a shift. And we got priorities. I mean, I want somebody, I'm like that too. What are you going to do in life? What are you doing? I don't want to go to work, come home, and you just home not doing anything. If you're home, there's businesses you can do at home. Not that I'm trying to tell you what to do, but if you care about someone, you want to see them develop. Because what if something should happen to you? That's how I feel. That's my personal feeling. If something should happen to me, somebody needs to take the boat. Somebody needs to keep us afloat till we get back on our feet again, and then I can start all over again. But that's with expectations and shifting priorities. What are your priorities? How do you feel about marriage? Why people do not get married nowadays? Technology and dating culture. Online dating, you got more choices, but check this out. But the making commitment could be harder because you met the person online. It's not that easy. You have a lot of people that do, and then they hear things. They're like, oh my God, I don't want to really meet nobody online. Or can I trust this person online? So it's harder to make a decision. But technology has changed the way of dating nowadays in our culture. And that's a plus for some people. The next thing that I like is the swipe culture. You know about like swiping a credit card. Exactly the same. I got another credit card. That one don't work. I got another one. That's how some people feel about the marriage. They create the feeling that there's something better out there than what they have at home. They call it the swipe culture. Rather than being focused on what you have at home, they more focused on what's on the outside. Because things have to change at home. That's something you have to build. Once you got married, things change. You've been married 3, 6 months, 7 months, a year to 2 years. You're the same. No, you have to change with the times. I believe in changing with the times, keeping the wardrobe up, keeping your weight up, keeping your hair up, keeping your grooming up. You know, I see my partner almost missing out on something. Do not feel ashamed to go to your partner and let your partner know, listen, baby, what's up? What's going on? You're not doing this anymore. But how's your partner going to take it in? Are they going to become on the offense? Are they understand that you love them enough to not be a swipe card? To go into the swipe culture, saying there's something better out there when I got something better right here at home. So you know you got that special credit card that you put in your wallet, and you know that, this is my card. This card is used for a special purpose. But that's the way the marriage is. It's special purpose to it. And you're not going to damage it, and you're not going to hurt it. Everybody got different reasons. The swipe culture is amazing. There's a lot of that. Now, ghosting and casual dating trends, it weakens the commitment that's expected. People ghost, you're in a relationship, you're talking, you're going on, all of a sudden that person's gone. Like, what happened? We were just talking. I didn't do nothing. Let me see, the last time we went out, they said they had a good time, they want to see me again, all of a sudden they go ghost. They're not there anymore. These are some reasons. Am I making you think? Am I bringing clarity to you? I hope I am, but it's true. It's like a train trying to go across a track above a tunnel. A marriage trying to go across the track above everything that's going on. You're trying to go on that track. You're trying to run up and you're trying to make it happen. But guess what? There's something above you. And if you don't recognize what's above, what's going on around your marriage, then it will fail. So a lot of people take that into consideration. They're like, oh, nah, I don't want to get married, man. Nah, I don't want to get married. Because of the expectations, because of this person may be at home, I come home, the clothes is all gone, the car is gone, the house is locked, something like that. Your bank account been swiped out. The ghosting relationships that put fear in people. Listen, what would keep people from getting married today? That'll be a reason. I wanted to make sure I bring everything to you, so I actually had to write it down. I didn't want to skip anything. And number 7, we're on our 7th, which is my magical number. Personal or psychological beliefs. Now, some beliefs, your personal belief, some feel that no need to get married is legal. That's personal. Now, our psychological belief, if you're religious, psychologically, you've been told that you have to get married. So Religious recognition of love is no longer part of the program anymore. Because they, even in their culture, there is a downgrade of marriage. Marriage isn't the same. And it's not for anybody to judge anyone, it's for us to recognize. And when you recognize, you can begin to make change. Other questions, the institution of marriage itself. I mean, marriage? Do I really want to get married? Or a belief in autonomy rather than lifelong binding contracts. Autonomy, the ability to act and make decisions independently or self-governing. I don't want nobody else making no decisions for me. But in the old days, whatever the husband said, the wife had to obey. But we have independency now with women, and a lot of men are not taking that into effect. They still believe in it always when society has actually changed itself. So then she cannot grow because he will not allow her to grow. So is it love? Isn't it effect? Why would people not want to get married today? Think about it. Until next time, I'm going to leave some links in there for you. Go out there and be as discovered. Think about what I said, because these are truly some of the reasons.